Welcome back, everyone, to Mini-Series Monday, where I take a group of comic books with 3 to 12 issues and rank them against one another. Today's issue is 2004's Loki, with Robert Roddy, Asad Ribic, Corey Petit, and Randy Gentile on the creative team. So starting off with the art style, as you could see, the art style is very beautiful, very realistic, has a very big style that can be compared to Alex Ross or maybe Matteo De Luis as well. They really stick to a muted and darker color palette throughout this story, but it's not surprising knowing what the story is. It definitely goes with the tone of it. So honestly, not much to say about how beautiful this artwork is, especially compared to the last two that we had. Definitely beats it out of the ballpark. So, number 1 for Loki in the art category. So, as to story, the basic premise is we immediately start off with Loki taking over Asgard and being this very villainous, egotistical role of a king. He believes that he deserved to be a part of, or be the king of Asgard, especially with Odin being the one to take out his real father. And with this new royal ego that he has, probably not new, but you know what I mean, he has decided to execute Thor. And what I have noticed about this is that Loki is constantly being poked and prodded about how he views his being a king and what he should and shouldn't do. And it really feels like one of those tragic Shakespearean plays. Like, I felt like I was reading a Shakespearean play. And it worked really well as its own contained storyline. It didn't even need more. I didn't feel like it needed more. It was a good self-contained story. So that is why it's going in number 1 in the story category. It beats anthology series out of the ballpark, and I was definitely way more invested into what was happening on with Loki more than what was happening with Angela. And for characters worked really well. A lot of the characters that we know from Thor's group of characters, like his stories, they are mostly locked up because, of course, they're against what Loki is doing. But that worked in the story's favor because they were just doing mental jabs at Loki while they are being contained. There are things that they get under his skin. We also see him go and talk to his Asgardian mom and dad, Odin and Frigga, and that doesn't help his mental state either when it comes to what he should do in the idea of executing Thor. Then enters Hela into the story. By the way, is the person who drew this, are you a Marvel Rivals artist too? Because god damn, that's wild to see. But Hela's role is basically being the person to push the agenda to make Thor get executed. Because Thor, she wants his soul in hell, of course. So that's her reasoning for being in the story. Just want to say, hate how Loki looks, even though it works for the type of character that he is. I am so used to the more modern Lokis that when I saw this face, I was like, ugh. Why am I looking at Gollum? Anyways, so yeah, love the characters throughout this story where, we have that typical ego royal role with Loki, and you get to see a bunch of different perspectives and mental jabs towards his way to finally get where he has this ultimate decision in the end that I will not spoil because I want you guys to go check it out yourselves. And as you probably figured out by the way that I was talking, Loki is also number 1 in characters, so it takes all 3 number 1 spots from the other 2 books that I have read. So now that we are done with 2004's Loki, we are now going to jump all the way to 2009 for Batman Battle of the Cowl. It's a very short one. It's only 3 issues, but I am still very excited, especially to get to read more about Kate Kane. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Go read some comics, y'all.